Okay, there we go. All right, so we should be recording. Heather's with me. Yay!
Hi, Heather.
So the thing that I really was hoping that we could go through tonight, and it seems like we keep talking more and more about the compensation plan, but it's just so critical. And that is tonight. So we did the compensation plan trainings, and I've tried to upload at least one of those trainings onto the Oil Junkies YouTube channel. And then we also did the downline viewer, and I know that that one has been uploaded onto the YouTube channel. I need to go make sure that the one half of the compensation plan was uploaded. I think it was. If not, I know that downline viewer training that we went through included a lot of the compensation plan. But tonight, I really kind of wanted to go through what the industry has as far as compensation plans and how Young Living stacks up against others within the industry. Not necessarily because we're trying to say that we're better, but there are, there's good and bad with all compensation plans. And it's really just trying to, I think, identify what some of the differences are with plans so that we can speak intelligently to the type of compensation plan that Young Living does have. And especially if someone were to say, well, how does that compare to other plans that are in the industry? I don't know if we're getting a lot of questions like that, but I know every once in a while people do ask those types of questions. So I hope this is going to show the top part. I don't know. Anyway, I have that little bar at the top of my screen and it's kind of covering up the top, but hopefully you see the very top of the presentation where it says binary. And a binary compensation plan is one that it involves building two legs. It involves building two legs, and you're paid out on the volume of the weaker leg. So in order to get the maximum payout from a binary type compensation plan, you really want to try to have an equal balance in both legs. And that is extremely difficult to do because ultimately what ends up happening in most binary plans is one leg ends up taking off and growing extremely big. The other leg doesn't grow that big, and yet that's the one that you're paid on because it's the weaker leg. It's the one that has the less amount of volume in it. So an example, I think I have an example of that. So here's you, and there's Sam, and there's Sue. And so this is kind of a binary graphic. Now, according to this graphic, all things are equal on both sides. And if that were truly the case, then you could actually do quite well with a binary. But that is not generally what ends up happening. Another thing, and we'll kind of come back to binary in just a minute when we talk about Young Living's plan. So that in essence is a binary. Now, some of the good things about a binary is that it's very simple. You just have to have two legs. There's not much else to it. It's just the fact that your one leg is usually going to grow extremely large, and the other leg is going to be weaker, and therefore you may not get paid very much in commissions. Depends. But if you can build both legs almost equally strong or almost equally strong, then you can be a little bit more successful with the payout. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, the next one is a matrix. Again, I hope everybody can see the top part of that slide. It says matrix. So a matrix is limited width and sometimes depth, creating a limited payout. And the key is that you really only want to try to sponsor top leaders on your front line. So let me show a graphic of a matrix. This is a matrix. So the matrix in this presentation shows that you have sponsored 3 people. And that is all that you can sponsor on your front level are 3 people, according to this graphic. Some matrix compensation plans will allow you to sponsor, up to 6 or up to 10, but there is a limit, and you can't sponsor any more than what that limit is. Now, you can also see in this graphic that you've sponsored 3, and then each of those 3 have sponsored 3 individuals of their own. So you've sponsored these 3 people, and that's all you can sponsor. This member right here has sponsored 3 people, and that's all they can sponsor, and so forth. Now, what happens here, though, is what if these 3 people that you personally sponsored only want to purchase product and don't necessarily want to build a business? And the 3 people that are under each of them are not people they necessarily wanted to sponsor. There may be people that you talked to who wanted to build the business, and you had to place them somewhere in your organization. So you end up placing them under these customers. Well, that can create a lot of problems because, especially if you're trying to really build to a strong commission payout. Because the trick with a matrix is that the slots that you have available on your front level, you want to reserve those in any way possible for really strong leaders that really want to build a business and are going to try to build a business. The other problem, though, is let's say you signed up this person and they really do want to build a business, and you signed up this person, they really want to build a business, and then you were talking to someone and they said, well, I don't really want to build a business, I just want to be a customer. Well, you had this third position that you could have placed them in, but you said to yourself, no, I don't want to put them there because they don't want to build a business. They already told me they just want to be a customer. So then you have to place them somewhere. So you end up placing them under one of these other leaders, or somewhere even maybe further down in your organization. Well, the person that you place them under is going to say, oh, is that person wanting to build and be a leader? And you might have to tell them, not exactly. They just want to be a customer and purchase product. Well, then you might have upset downline, because the downline might say, well, I appreciate getting a customer, but I really wanted leaders under me, just like you have leaders under you. So a matrix can be complicated that way. It also, so it limits the width meaning how many people you can personally sign up and how many people can be personally signed up under those underneath you. It's a very limited, boxed in number. At the same time, again, it is a little bit simple because once your 3 spots are filled, that's it. That's all you can personally sponsor. You have to then start placing people under others if you meet new people, or once you've signed up someone and they have 3 people under them, that's all they can personally sponsor. They would have to start reaching down and sponsoring people further deep in the organization. So it makes for a little bit of simplicity, but it's also a little bit complicated, especially if you're trying to maximize the payout. All right, now we've got, I can't exactly read that, but I think it's the stair-step breakaway/breakaway. Some people call it a stair-step breakaway, and I've heard it just called a breakaway. So this is, now I'll probably refer to it as mostly just a breakaway plan. This one is the one that concentrates on building leaders within an organization, and there is potential for long-term sustainable and residual income. Qualification and payout can be limited based on paid as rank and levels at which the breakaway is located in the organization. So let's talk about what that really means. So this is a stair-step breakaway/breakaway graphic. What it means is that at each of these stairs, you're building another leader underneath you within your organization. And so as you build additional leaders, that can increase your payout. So you start with just one person that you help get to that leadership level, and then you help a second person. So there's the second block, and then a third person, and then a fourth, and then eventually you could have several leaders underneath you. This would be a graphic showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaders under you. And this person at the top, if you have, well, and this ultimately I believe is you. So for each one of these blocks, that represents a leader that you built underneath you or helped to get to that level. So you now at the top of all these leaders, you've helped all of them create, you've helped them get to a leadership level, and now their objective should be to help members underneath them get to leadership levels so that everyone can rise up to the top level where you are. And this is the type of plan, a breakaway plan is the one that can generate the most in commission payout, especially long-term leadership commission payout. Okay, so then we have unilevel. So unilevel commissions are easy to understand. You can build as wide or deep as desired, and the qualification and payout can be limited based on paid as rank and number of levels allowed for commission earnings within an organization. Well, if you didn't already know, Young Living's plan is primarily considered a unilevel plan. However, we're going to talk more about that. So a unilevel plan, this allows you to have as many people as you want on your front line. And so this is just an example that shows, certain number of people that you've personally sponsored. But you could sponsor more than this if you wanted. I recommend that you try to limit the number of people you personally sponsor to around 10 to 15. You might go to 20, but I would recommend that you try to limit it to no more than 20 at the most, if possible. But then underneath each of these members, they can also sign up as many people as they want. They can sign up 100, 200, 500, 1,000. It doesn't matter. There's no limit to the number of members that you sign up personally, or the members that you've signed up who they sign up personally. Now, there is some strategy that needs to be taken into consideration with Young Living's plan so that you can get a maximum payout, even though there is no limit on the number of people you can personally sponsor or the number of members that they can personally sponsor underneath them. Okay, so this can go super wide with, again, 1,000. You could sign up 1,000 people personally, and it can go, or more, and it can go as far deep as you want it to go. It could go 1,000 levels down. It could go 10,000 levels down. There's no limit to it. So this is also a very good plan because there are very little limitations to it. The trick, again, with a unilevel plan is trying to structure appropriately so that you get the maximum payout. You don't want everyone on your front level, or else you won't be able to increase in rank advancement within the Young Living plan. Okay, so then there's also a party plan. A lot of us are familiar with those or have heard about those. You must set a date to hold a party. Sales will generate a level of commission earnings. The host or hostess for the party can earn points in exchange for products of their choosing, and a party can be held in a physical location, or it can even be web-based. Now, I don't have a graphic to demonstrate what a party plan might look like, but really a party plan is one where, again, you're the host or hostess, and you ask someone if you can have a party at their house. They do the inviting of friends or family or neighbors. You go over with all the products to do a party, and you show all these friends, family, neighbors, and the person who's lending their home, or if it's just web-based, everyone's invited to watch it all on something like Zoom as a webinar, and you show how to use the products in that type of a party. And then the sales that are generated from that party, which you may not get anyone to sign up as an actual member, it's just a lot of times sales of the products. And so based on those sales, the person who allowed for their home to be used, or who invited all of these individuals to, and they're now purchasing products, they end up getting usually something, free gift, based on the sales, maybe several things if the sales are really high from that party. And then you as a member would get commissions based on the sale of all of those products as well. So that's kind of the party plan. Yeah, there are several out there that do a party plan, but I don't have a graphic, like I said, for that. So now let's really get back to, and then there's hybrid. Okay, so I forgot about that. Most of the basic plans presented have some sort of a hybrid design, and additional hybrid designs can be made depending on market sustainability. So in fact, that is exactly what Young Living has. Young Living has a hybrid unilevel / breakaway plan. Now, Young Living has chosen to use the word generations instead of breakaway within the print of their marketing materials for their compensation plan. But that in essence is what their compensation plan is. It's a hybrid unilevel breakaway plan. And I think I've mentioned that on a previous webinar, but hopefully going through these slides, it helps to make a little bit more of a definition for it. So the hybrid unilevel breakaway with payout to the sponsor, their sponsor-based earnings, which also includes differential, or we would call that the customer earnings. So if a retail customer orders product at the retail price, the differential or the difference in the customer price, retail price, and the wholesale price is paid to the sponsor. So if you, for example, if a customer buys, I don't even know if these prices are going to be right, but let's say a customer purchases a lime oil and it's $20, but wholesale it would be $10. The difference between the $20 that they paid at retail and the $10 it would be wholesale is paid to the sponsor. So that $10 is paid to the sponsor. And oh, I didn't take out the distributor team performance bonus. That is no longer a bonus that Young Living has. Instead, they have the Rising Star team bonus. So I should have changed that. I apologize. The distributor team performance bonus is gone, but there is a Rising Star team bonus that is paid to the sponsor of the members that, and we're going to go through that a little bit here in just a second. But it's paid to the sponsor of the members that are all on Essential Rewards and who help that sponsor to qualify for the bonus. And then we have other leadership bonuses, such as the Generation Leadership Bonus, and there is also a Diamond Leadership Bonus for those that are ranked as Diamond or higher. And so we call that as well a back-end payout. That back-end payout is, in the industry, is considered to be kind of that residual back-end payout that can be highly sustainable, as well as a very rich and generous payout when someone's organization is strong. There are other bonuses that can be paid up front. We call those front-end bonuses, and those are paid to the enroller. So that would include our Fast Start bonus and the Starter Kit bonus. So those are two bonuses that would only pay to the enroller and which would be considered upfront or front-end bonuses to just really help someone kickstart their business and get some upfront cash in order to be able to purchase marketing materials or do some travel so that they can meet with other members as they start to build leadership within their organization. Okay. So here's Young Living's compensation plan. And, you know, this is a lot of stuff all on just a little fold out flyer. The flyer actually has a little bit of a different look to it now with different colors and whatnot, but it's still, this is the same plan. And here's the Rising Star team bonus over here, and that replaced that distributor team bonus. So Rising Star team bonus pays to the sponsor. So let's, I wanted to just kind of show that graphic really quickly because that is Young Living's compensation plan. And then here we are with Unilevel. I didn't put the percentages in here, but this is you with 100 PV. You do 100 PV, you can get paid on level 1 and 2. And then depending on your rank, if you rank as star, you can get paid up to level 3. If you rank as senior star, up to level 4. And if you rank as executive or higher, up through level 5 of Unilevel. So level 1 gives you 8% payout, level 2, 5%, levels 3, 4, and 5 are 4% payout. And this is, again, just a representation of that Unilevel. Very simple. I sponsor these 7 people right here that are the red dots. Hopefully no one's colorblind that's going to watch this. But then underneath, they have sponsored each of these yellow dots, and that would be my level 2, their level 1, and then under those yellow dots are blue dots, and that would be the level 2 people's level 1, and the red dots, it would be their level 2, and for me, it would be level 3. So it's just, you know, fairly simple that way. The great thing, well, we'll see that slide in just a second. So then the Rising Star team bonus. This is me. I have 100 PV Essential Rewards. This is the only bonus that requires that members be on Essential Rewards. And I personally sponsor someone with 100 PV essential rewards and they have 300 organization group volume. And then I sponsor a second person with 100 PV essential rewards and 300 organization group volume, and a third person with 100 PV essential rewards and 300 organization group volume. And that organization group volume could mean that they did a PV order, an essential rewards PV order of 300 PV, or they could have just done a 100 PV essential rewards order and 200 PV of a regular order. But as long as there's just a total of 300 OGV, so 3 people with a 100 PV essential rewards and 300 OGV, and that's going to give me 1 share, allow me to qualify for 1 share of this bonus. And 1 share has roughly been equal to around $50. And that would also make me the rank of star. And then again, if I help 2 of these members, so they still are doing 100 PV essential rewards, but now they're doing 500 organization group volume. And then I bring 2 more new people in who are doing 100 PV essential rewards and 300 organization group volume. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 personally sponsored members. That would give me an additional 2 shares or 3 shares total, and it would also make me the rank of senior star. And then if I help these 2 members build to 100 PV essential rewards and 1,000 organization group volume, and I help 2 of these members build from 100 PV essential rewards, 300 OGV to 500 OGV, and bring in 2 new people with 100 PV essential rewards and 300 OGV. Now I can qualify for an additional 3 shares or 3, 4, 5, 6 shares total, which if they're $50 a share, that's an extra $300. In addition to any unilevel commissions, any fast start bonus, starter kit bonus, all the other additional payout, that gives me an extra $300 in my commission check. And that also ranks me at the level of executive. So that helps me to then realize I have these 2 legs that should be my leader legs at that point. And if I can help them build to 4,000 OGV or even 4,500 OGV is better, then I could potentially rank as silver. Okay, so that's a great bonus. Here's Young Living's generation commissions, which again is that breakaway commission. So as you reach the rank of silver, you get paid personal generation, which is 2.5% on all the volume in your entire organization down to the next silver in any of the legs that you might have. And if you do have a silver underneath you, then you would get paid 3% because that silver would be considered generation 2, level 2. And if that silver had a silver under them, then you get paid 3% on their volume, which would be generation level 3 to you. Now, the great thing here is that if you think about it, if you're getting paid personal generation on members that are on your front level, and on your front level, you get paid 8% unilevel commissions. So in essence, you would be getting paid 10.5% on the volume of anyone who's on your front level that if you reach the rank, when you reach the rank of silver. Anyone who is, and anyone who's on your second, let's say you have no other silvers under you. Anyone who's on your second unilevel that you get paid 5% on, you're really going to get the 5% plus the 2.5%, which is 7.5%. And anyone who's on your third, fourth, and fifth unilevels, which is 4% payout, you're really going to get 6.5% total payout. So that's where that trying to sponsor within your first 3 levels is the most helpful, but that usually ends up, going further deep than what you may anticipate over time. And so, but if you can try to sponsor members within the first 3 levels, that's why this payout can be so much stronger and better for someone once they do reach the rank of silver. Then as you help someone build to silver, you end up getting the 3% plus the unilevel percentage. So if this new silver is on your front level, you would get paid 8% unilevel on their volume plus an additional 3% or 11%. And then anyone on their second level that you get paid, that you might get, anyone on their second level would be your third level. And so, or I should say, anyone on their first level would be your second level. So then you would get paid the 5% unilevel plus the 3% or 8% total payout. And then anyone on their second level would be your third level. So then you're getting paid 7% and so on and so forth. Anyway, the point being is that if you keep members, if you try to build so that you're sponsoring within your first three levels and building to silver, then that will maximize your commission payout. Okay, so each of these generations, though, represents someone who became a silver or higher ranked member underneath you, and that's where that additional payout comes from. So then the other great thing is that Young Living has that generation leadership bonus, and the generation leadership bonus is it's evaluated by taking 6.25% of global commissionable sales and dividing that by the number of shares that are going to be paid on to determine what the share value is. The share value can fluctuate because sales each month are going to fluctuate, and the number of shares that are paid out each month based on members' rank will also fluctuate. So this has been somewhere, the share values have been anywhere between $125 in a month all the way up to $160 in a month. So that again is if you're a silver and you qualify yourself as a silver for one share, that's just an extra $125 up to $165 in addition to any unilevel, fast start bonus, starter kit bonus, etc. But the real trick here is that as you become a silver, you're helping others to build to silver as well, so that you get paid one share and you have two leader legs under you that hopefully go to silver as well, and you get a share for each of those leaders. And then if they in turn can also help build two silvers under each of their legs, then that could be an additional 2, 4, 6. It would be a total of 7 shares if each of those leader legs built to silver. So you could have a total of 7 shares quite quickly, depending on how the legs are growing and whether or not they're growing fast enough. So, and then as you go to gold, you get 2 shares for gold, but you're limited that if you only have silvers under you, you're going to get 1 share for those silvers. If you have a gold under you, you would get 2 shares for that gold. If you have a platinum under you, you would still only be limited to the 2 shares as a gold. So the limit is based on what your paid as rank is and what the paid as rank is of those leaders underneath you. But we can, anybody that has questions about that, we can certainly address those. Here's just another breakdown. Silvers get 1 share, or if you have silvers under you, you would get 1 share for each of those silvers. If you go to gold, you get 2 shares. If you have golds under you, you would get 2 shares. If you have silvers under you, you would be limited to the 1 share. If you had a platinum or diamond or crown diamond or royal crown diamond under you, you would be limited to just the 2 shares if you are being paid as a gold. So there are a few limitations. Here's the definition. Shares you receive cannot be greater than your paid as rank, and to receive more shares, you must achieve a higher rank and help build additional leaders in your organization. So it's really about helping to build additional leaders underneath you. Okay, that's the end of that presentation. I did kind of want to go back to the binary. The reason I wanted to go back to that, I'm going to stop the share real quick. The reason I wanted to go back to that binary is because I just wanted everyone to recognize that in some sense, the Young Living compensation plan does sort of look a little bit like a binary when you're trying to become an executive and then a silver. And the reason why is because you're trying to build 2 legs as an executive, and then you're trying to build those same 2 legs to a higher volume level in order to go to silver. But it's not about you getting paid on one leg that's weaker versus the other leg that might be stronger. You are paid on both legs equally. The whole point, though, is to try to get those legs to a volume amount so that you can actually qualify to the rank at the rank of silver. So the great thing is that Young Living isn't limiting you and saying, well, you built 2 legs, but we're only going to pay you on the weaker leg or the leg that has the lower amount of volume in it. Young Living says, we want to pay you on all the volume in both of those legs as far deep as you qualify for. And then we want you to build those legs stronger so that you can get paid even more as you rank advance to the level of silver and so forth. So that was really the presentation tonight. There's lots of different plans out there according to the network marketing company that you might be looking at, or someone may ask you, well, what type of compensation plan does Young Living have? How does it compare to other compensation plans in the industry? You can say that Young Living has an extremely rich compensation plan, rich in the sense that very few limitations, if any at all. Really the only limitation is based on whether or not a member makes it to the rank within a month to be paid on all the volume within their organization or not. So if they can make the rank, they'll be paid on all the volume. If they don't make the rank, then they might be limited on some of that payout. But other than that, you can sign up as many people as you want on your front level. You can sign up as many people as you want going deep within your organization. Again, it only makes sense to try and structure appropriately to get the maximum payout. And Heather and I are certainly welcome to questions, or anyone that might want to have a review of their downline organization. We'd be happy to provide that so that you're getting the maximum payout from your organization, especially as you're signing up new people and where to place them. We can help you know where the best place for that would be. But Young Living, very, very open, very generous with their payout process. So it's a great plan. It's fantastic, actually. And there's also that great upfront bonus payout, the enroller bonus payouts, a fast start bonus and starter kit bonus, which really do help to kickstart and get a business up and running, so that, again, marketing materials can be purchased, or you can pay for gas to travel to different meetings, etc. So are there any questions or any comments that anyone wants to make? Deborah, you're the only one who really joined us here, but we really appreciate it. And I'm going to post this, but I guess if anybody has questions, just email us or text Heather, and we can help answer any additional questions that people might have. Did you have any, though, Deborah, that you wanted to bring up?
I don't. No, you clarified some things that I wasn't aware of, but darn cats. But no, I don't have any questions.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to stop the recording then, I think, because we only took 25 minutes, but that's okay, right? Did you want to say something else? Oh, hasn't it? Well, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking we started at 7. It's been 45 minutes. 40 minutes, almost 45. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll post that. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say? Nope. Okay. All right.